Boy, what a year we've had here at You, Me, and Sicily. Besides our tours and videos, we visited so many towns. It's been a great 2022.
You might as well just call us the Tumbleweed Duo because we both wore out a lot of shoes this year. Traveling, how many different places?
I can name 50 towns, and I'm going to read the list. Minimum 50 towns that I've visited, many of them for second, third, even 10th time, but never gets old.
You want to know something? Like I said before, Bunny, is that Sicily is a museum.
I call it an outdoor museum.
You just have to find it, and no matter how many times we go back to the same place, and it's just a different story, a different texture.
And through the ancestral hometown tours and videos that we've been doing, there's so many new towns that we keep discovering. Imagine this, we've been doing this since 2014, and I'm still going, wow, 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 at some of the towns that I've visited many times, and also the new ones.
You know, the thing is what, 235 towns in Sicily?
Something, and the suburbs.
And the suburbs, 235 towns, and that's the little tiny places in the big cities, etc. And when you hit 50 or 60 or 70 of them in 1 year, that's a pretty good accomplishment in my view.
Yeah. I want to say thank you to you guys, our viewers, our YouTube fans, that you keep coming back to us if you are one of the repeat viewers, but also want to welcome all the new viewers that have come over the past years. Boy, our views are over 2 million on YouTube alone. And of course, this video is shown also on some of the TVs in the United States.
We're also on the cusp of having almost 10,000 subscribers. We're just
by the time people are watching this, I'm hoping it's over 10,000.
And then on Facebook, we have something like 33,000 followers on Facebook. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah.
Holy smokers. It's been good, and our YouTube business has done great. Right over here, just on these views, we're over 25% increased in 1 year.
That's pretty good. I got to say that through these ancestral hometown videos that we do, where you can sponsor a video and we'll go to your ancestral hometowns, I've seen a lot of new towns, and also doing the ancestral hometown tours, right? We had Father Chris and Monica and Candace here. Just between the three of them, we did Lentini, Adrano, and Termini and Meresi. Those were their ancestral hometowns. Also,
Longi, excuse me,
with Peter Cherry and the kids, and Termini and Meresi again with Enza and the great group from Canada. So it's been great. Now, also with our tours, just with our tours alone, we get to see so many towns. And you know what? Alfred and I went to get a cup of coffee, and we were just brainstorming a little bit, and I wrote down some of the towns just out of memory.
You're going to read the whole list?
I'm going to read the whole list.
Holy smokers.
And if there's a town that you've been to or maybe haven't been to and want to go visit, leave me a comment. Just very interested to know. All right, in no particular order.
And this is just this year, right?
This is just this
year.
Not
last year, because we double our list. Go ahead.
Just this year, and in no particular order, and I'm not talking about provinces, I just put down a list. So, Zingaro, Scopello, Polizzi Generossa, Piazza Armarina, Adrano, Termini Meresi, Cefalù, Porto Empodecle, Scala dei Torchi, Masamemi, Reposto, Trapani, Segesta, Castelmare del Golfo, Avola, Castelbuono, Palermo, Monreal, Taormina, Catania, Ortigia, Naxos, Giardini Naxos, Masamemi, Lingua Glosso, Fiumefreddo, Castagnoli de Sicilia, Mascali, Alcantara, Zaffarana Etnea, Noto, Modica, Ragusa, of course, Aci Trezza, Aci Castello, Aci San Antonio, Via Grande, Aci Bonacorsi, Valverde, San Giovanni La Punta, Capo de Passaro, Longi, Pachino, Alcamo, Sciacca, and Milazzo, and that's just to name a few off the top of my head. Not bad.
You know what I want to say about that? I was reading an article, a health article on, on the internet, and this fella says if you want to live a long time, you only have to do two things: you have to eat, and you have to move.
Yeah.
Okay. And
eat well and move a lot.
eat well and move a lot. And I want to say something. For my advanced and seasoned age,
I like that much better.
all right, she has me moving. I don't mind telling you. And forget about eating. I never had a problem with that, Esther. That's for sure.
I have to tell you that there are three things that my parents always said you should not worry about spending money on, and that is education, health, and travel. Education, health, and travel. Don't fret about it. If you get a chance, come to Sicily, try it out, especially if it's your ancestral hometown. Boy, going with some people, you know, also Polizzi. Did I say Polizzi Generosa?
Yeah,
I
you
did
said
say
that,
Polizzi
yeah.
Generosa. That was another ancestral hometown visit, and seeing people reaction walking on the streets that their grandfathers, great-grandfathers walked on. People they may have interacted, churches they may have sat in, prayed in, been baptized in. It is so moving.
Well, see, for me as a writer, here's what I know, okay? When I go to these places, it's almost like my mind is recording everything I'm seeing. I'm focusing on the colors and the sights, as you would say, the sounds. But it's not till I come back and sit on the deck
Yeah.
in my house where it's nice, beautiful, overlooking the Ionian Sea that I can process. And it makes me a far better writer, Esther. I could really kind of get into my own feelings as I'm writing.
You know, Al, interestingly, it isn't until I come back and look at the videos on my computer that I'm able to really process it. Because when I'm on location, I'm with a group, or I'm filming, then I'm behind the camera, and I'm really just trying to focus on capturing the best shots, the best video. And when I'm sitting here and I'm looking through the videos for me to edit, that's when I'm like, wow, that was really beautiful. So that's when I process.
Let me
things.
ask you a couple of questions, okay? What's the most unusual place you visited this year?
It's hard to answer the question, what is the most unusual, because you can arguably say that each town in Sicily has something unusual, something special, something that makes it very different than every other town. But I would say, you know, one of the places that I went to for the first time since being here in Sicily is a town called Longi in the province of Messina. And that was, we went from Milazzo, so one of the major towns, major port cities, and went about 15 miles into the mountains. And up there in the middle of nowhere is Longi, with little skinny streets, and also some of the streets were connected by just a set of stairs. So very unusual to go from a big bustling town like Milazzo to little village where really time stands still.
You know what I like the most about Sicily? I mean, besides just about everything, honestly, is the fact that outside of every urban area, whether it's Palermo, Catania, Messina, etc., you can go 5 miles out of town.
Exactly what I
and
was
you're
saying.
in what the poet, I think it was Longfellow, called the forest primeval. In other words, pristine countryside with opulent colors.
Where time stands
Where
still.
time literally stands still. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the amount of different dialects, Sicilian language dialects that people speak. People speak dialect on the West Coast completely
Far
different.
different.
Oh my God.
Here's another cool thing. When you go from town to town, they each have their specialty foods, specialty biscotti. Some with hazelnuts, some with almonds, some with pistachio. They all have their specialty something sweet in each one of those towns. And it's so cool to go and experiment and try these things. But I want to say I'm so grateful for not only Sicily and everything it's given to me, but also for Alfred for bringing me onto this project in 2014. You guys, I can't believe that I came here in 2014. Wanted to stay for a month, ended up staying 5 months. We wanted to do 7 videos. We're over 300 videos on Sicily, and we're still not done.
Listen, the other thing that is apparent to me now, well, it's always apparent to me, is that people always say how poor a country Sicily is, which in fact it is. There is a subset of people that are poor. But there's also a subset of, there's a good, healthy middle class in Sicily that's getting better and better. And every time I read the newspapers, I'm reading about Enel coming in and opening up a new factory, for example, in the province of Catania.
It's very promising.
To make, what are those things called for the sun? With solar panels. I'm reading about the great work that the University of Catania is doing with its internet incubator stuff. I'm reading about the fine work that's being done in Enna at, what's the name of the university there?
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the University of Corey.
Dr. Rosemary
and
was
let's
instrumental.
Talk about our Sicilian project, which is our nonprofit. And thanks to you, not only are we going to restart classes, English as a second language for Sicilian students, free for them, thanks to our nonprofit and your generosity, but we're also going to be doing scholarships. And the first scholarship went to Marta and Anna, thanks to Dr. Rosemary and Doug for their donation. Very generous as always.
It's
So
something
thank
new.
you.
It's something new that we're going to try. We're going to be issuing academic grants, but we want to now be more specific in our targeting. We have people like Marta, who is studying at the University of Corey University up in Enna, and giving her a grant or students like her a grant
Really makes a difference.
makes a huge difference.
Huge
okay?
difference.
Rosario Ferracci, Professor Ferracci, has done marvelous things at the University of Catania with his incubator work. You know, the
And we're gonna
tech
continue
startups.
that.
We're going to continue with that. There are lots of things. Of course, our regular mission is to help the poor, whether it's the church or the archdiocese or the Ukrainian refugees or whatever. As fast as we get money in, Esther, we kind of like budget it. We don't give it all away, because if we give it all away, we have to save some for a rainy day. And I remember back when COVID came, thank God we had a little bit of money to give out, because people really needed it there. So thanks to the stewardship of our president, Giovanni Lanza from Texas, who was born in Monreale, and he's basically one of my heroes and personal friends. Also, like I said, Rosario and Rosemary and Stefania. There's so many people that regularly have helped us.
We are looking forward to doing much, much more in 2023 for sure.
Well, that's just that, okay? The altruistic type of stuff. But the one other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is, Esther, she did a good job on her cooking demos, didn't she?
That's right. It's been fun bringing you some more cooking
Recreating
We've
recipes.
been doing arancini. We did a caponata. We did some Alfred's mom's cookies and all types of things, and definitely many more. Now, Alfred, I want to know, what are your goals for 2023?
Well, my first goal is to continue on standing up in an upright position. I mean, that's number one. But I did set some goals for myself. I want to go back to the United States 2 times next year for a couple of weeks to see my family, see my friends. And if God wants and keeps me healthy, I want to go to Lawrence, Massachusetts in Labor Day weekend for the 100th anniversary of the Feast of St. Alfio, which my grandfather helped start from Tricastagni, which is a huge festival in Massachusetts. So those are the good things that I want to do. But, I thought that when I was going to be in my 70s, I would be kind of like, fading into the sunset.
You definitely
But I
are
find
not.
myself looking forward to getting up every day, because we have so many initiatives that we're doing. And I've surrounded myself with such wonderful people, both in the United States and in Sicily, who
very blessed.
see the original vision that we had with the Sicilian project. And now, thanks to generous benefactors in Canada, who have actually subsidized a nice portion of our business models for this year and also for 2023. It takes a heck of a lot of work to produce a video. one video, okay? I know how much time she puts in the editing component alone. Forget about the shooting component. The editing component takes her between 10 and 20 hours to produce a single video. One video. The woman's done 300 of them. So you can imagine how many hours that she spends. She's relentless about it, and she kind of motivates me not to sit in my chair, not to just smoke my stogie and ruminate about the things past, but to actually go out and do it. You know, I really believe what the Sicilians say, live every day like it's your last.
Yeah.
The Sicilians say there's no future tense. So guess what? I'm in the here, I'm in the now, and I think it's good. Let me ask you another question, okay?
Yeah. Don't you want to know my goals?
Well, that was my question. What goals do you have in 2023?
For sure, to continue bringing you many more videos, different locations. My goal every year is to go to at least 2 or 3 new towns and new places that I haven't discovered. Jimmy Ingram already has a list for me for when he's coming in April. I also want to keep the ancestral hometown tours well and alive, because that is one of the most satisfying things for me, to see someone walking on the streets that their ancestors walked on. There's something so magical and so moving and so transformative that during those tours. And just to continue bringing Sicily to everyone, shedding light on this magical paradise that unfortunately has some stereotypes back in the United States, Canada, and other places. And so back to our original goal of dispelling some of those myths and stereotypes and educating people about how deep and wide the contributions of Sicilians to the world.
Well, now we have plenty of help in terms of competent, intelligent, articulate Sicilians on board with us, whether it's Stefania or whether it's Rosario or whether it's Marta. We have
friends,
people who are highly
Vanessa
educated.
and
Vanessa, Gabriella. We have Francesco, Andrea. We've got
a good team.
We have people that in the United States of America, if they were there, they would be successful whether they were in the United States of America, Sicily, or Timbuktu. It doesn't make any difference.
I just want to say a ching-ching to you.
Grazie.
Happy New Year. He's got his Boston cup. I've got my Testa d'Amore cup. And here's to you guys. We hope you have a very, very happy, successful, and healthy New Year.
Senti me. Ti voglio bene. I love you a lot. Grazie per tutte. Thank you for everything. And sa benediga, and we'll see you really soon once again. God bless you.
Arrivederci. Ciao.